Goof Group Co-op. One player.
Alright, hello there.
After an hour discussion of Dragon Ball Super and an hour discussion of other shit, seriously, for you guys, it's been about 24 hours and we're starting literally where we stopped.
Yeah.
We rambled about stuff that could not be on recording, so...
Yep.
I forgot what we were... Oh, yeah, buffet guy.
Yeah, he wants some cake. That's not what he said, and I think there's somebody... well, no, she hints at it when you give the frying pan, because I kind of skipped over it a little quick, but when you give the frying pan back to Tasty, she'll be like, man, this cake is something that nobody can resist, so he wants some cake.
He must eat. Oh, wait.
Now he's actually saying it, okay. He didn't say that before.
Here's your kake.
Yeah, that's... No.
I mean, if it's that good, it can't just be regular cake. There's got to be some fancy name for it.
This is lip smacking good. You don't have lips. You wear a mask. He's just flying around the screen.
Yum!
Cookbook. Is this how you do the double? Maybe that's how you do two things. I don't remember.
You know what random thing that just reminded me of?
What?
You remember Fatso from Casper?
Yeah.
That's what that just reminded me of.
Yeah, you're right.
Just a big fat guy flying around the screen like, yum! Cake! The only difference is he could actually eat it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, yeah, those are the fire enemies.
Okay.
As of right now, I think these are the only ones. Pyro guys.
Oh my god, I just really missed the Casper movie now.
How many have there been? Been at least what,
the
3?
live action one is the one I'm talking about, but there's been a number of.
Well, I think there's been like 3 of the.
Oh no, there have been a lot of live action ones.
Yeah.
I have one of them on VHS. Casper Meets Wendy.
Well, the only one that I like comes straight to mind is the one where the dad was like turned into a ghost.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
That's still my favorite to this day. Like, even though that wasn't the most kid-geared movie, I guess, because like, it's for all ages, but like you could tell when something's focused on the kids, which is like Casper Meets Wendy, which you probably haven't seen, but
no, I have seen that one actually.
Okay, but the scene that always stands out for me, and this is always the scene my mom talks about whenever it gets brought up, the scene where they're all at the dinner table and Casper's bringing them all trays of food and they're just scoffing down on it, but it's falling right through them.
Yeah.
And they're like, the girl is like on the ground, like trying to crawl under the table, and she sees nothing but mush all over the floor.
It's like, why do you even eat?
Like, that scene gets me so much. It's like, it's so pointless. It's purely for comedic purpose and serves no value. But that's what's so magical about it, is that it doesn't matter. Oh, man. Oh, that sound though. This is the first time I've actually paid attention to that.
Yeah, it's different from Mario for some reason.
Yeah, you would think that would be the sound for Mario, not Goombario.
Did I block it, or he's just that weak? I had to have blocked it.
I didn't even... Okay.
Okay, so... I'm gonna charge you up one more time, because I want to one-shot the balloon dude.
Yeah, he seems like he would be annoying.
Yeah.
A fly guy with a slingshot. Yeah, he's fun.
No! You wanna like cheer for him?
Nah.
Alright, you need to die.
Oh my god, you know what that shy guy is?
What?
A villager.
No. Yeah, he is.
He's got the balloons and the slingshot. It's perfect.
Stop hurting me.
That only just occurred to me that he had a slingshot and balloons. Oh my god. I'm so happy I acknowledged that.
I mean, they only based the balloons on the villager from the balloon games.
Balloon guy?
No, it's balloon something. They're the first game.
What, Balloon Fighter?
Yeah, Balloon Fighter is like the original, and then they did a game called Balloon Kid, which was like an adventure game.
Yeah.
That's a really fun game.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's on Game Boy Color.
I've heard of it. I just I didn't think of it as anything different than Balloon Fighter.
Funny story is this was kind of a repressed memory. But, I actually had Pokemon Fire Red when I was younger. Or, no, I'm sorry, not Fire Red. Pokemon Red. And I didn't even know I had it. I completely forgot about it. And,
You didn't know you had it, like, recently, you mean?
No, like, when I was a child, I had Pokemon Red, and up until a couple years ago, I didn't even realize I had it. But basically what happened is that my sister took the game, and she traded it to some kid at the school for Balloon Kid. And for a long time, I completely forgot about that. I just thought I always had Balloon Kid, but I didn't. So when I was younger, I never even got a chance to play Red. So the first Pokemon game I played was Sapphire.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, the first Pokemon game I ever played was Red, I'm pretty sure, because I was at a cousin's house and he just had it. Because he was all into Pokemon from jump. He had Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Stadium.
Yeah.
And what got me into the game, like I've told this story before, I don't know if I told it to you, but the anime was on. So we just turned on Cartoon Network and it was just coming on. So the episode that came on was the episode where Ash's Charmeleon evolved into Charizard just so it could fight Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
That was my first moment. And the episode was already halfway through. So it was right before they busted out of the cave. So it was just Charmeleon being all like, and like, I was like, what is this? Like, this is so dumb. And then all of a sudden he evolved and I'm like, this is not dumb. And then he's like, oh my god, he evolved just to save me. No, I guess he evolved just to battle Aerodactyl. I'm like, that's funny. He burned a guy. But Charizard was an immediate favorite because of that episode. And then he was like, do you want to play one of the games? I'm like, there are games? And he's like, yeah. And he showed me Red, Blue, and Yellow. And then he had Stadium. I was like, I want to play that Stadium game because it was on the N64. I was like, I don't want to play a handheld. I want to play the TV version.
Yeah.
So I freaking booted it up and I wanted him. So I went through the list of Pokemon. It did not occur to me. I was like, how are these ordered? He's like, there's 150 of them and they're just in order. So like some of the better Pokemon are at the bottom because they don't show up until later. Yeah. I was like, okay. So I looked down to the bottom and then I didn't know any better. So I was looking at the bottom and I saw Dragonite.
Oh.
I thought Dragonite was Charizard that I had just seen. I mean, because the preview was so small, I was just like, oh, okay, this dude with wings and a long tail. Okay, that's him. Yeah. So I clicked on him, and then whenever you went out into battle, I was like, that's not him. That's not him at all. Like, why does he have flamethrower then? He was like, oh, he's a dragon. He spits fire. So I was like, which one is the Charizard? And then he's like, that's him right here at the top. It was like number 6. And I'm like, but you said the good ones are at the bottom. He's like, well, some are at the top. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm like, Travis, no. Stop. So I eventually played with Charizard. I think he beat me, and I was very upset because I had no idea what he was doing, and he used Blastoise. I'm like, why? Why'd you win so easy? He's like, because water beats fire. I'm like, oh, so it's literally like real life? And he's like, well, some of them are. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he's like, well, you don't have a Nintendo 64, but you've got a Game Boy Advance, so why don't you take this? And no, I'm sorry, no, I didn't have the Game Boy Advance. No, he let me borrow his Game Boy Color, and I was playing Red.
Yeah.
because your boy's on the front. So my first game was red, but I didn't get too far into it because I didn't have batteries and the damn Game Boy died. Like, I was only maybe a badge in.
Yeah.
And you know how hard that was because I picked your boy and I went up against Brock.
Yep.
Yep.
They didn't fix that until Fire Red and Leaf Green, where he could, Charmander could learn Metal Claw.
Yep.
And actually give you a fighting chance.
So that took me a little bit. Which is why I also kind of fell in love with Mankey and Knitter and Mail at the time. So I love that whole bit. But Red was the first game I ever played. But like you, in a way, I had never played Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
Never played Crystal.
To this day, I've never played Gold, Silver, or Crystal. I played Heart Gold. I played Soul Silver, but I never played the originals.
Oh, damn. But, yeah, I never played the originals until, like, way later. So, the first game I ever owned was Ruby.
Yeah, I didn't even own Sapphire when I played it. A friend let me borrow it.
Somebody bought me Ruby for my birthday, and I remember opening it because they bought me the little... Is it Prima or Prima? The strategy guide. Prima. So they bought me the Prima strategy guide, but it wasn't the regular one. It was the mini one. The one that you could literally roll up and put in your pocket. So they bought me the game and that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I started playing Ruby. I beat it within a week. And then one day at GameStop, they just happened to have silver, but not gold and crystal. So I bought silver, and I was like, oh my god, this is worse but better. And then eventually, like, I got Fire Red and Leaf Green. I told my stepdad at the time, I was like, because I said I wanted the game, and he promised that he would get it for me, like, because I had like straight A's all year in school, and like instead of an allowance, I was like, hey, don't get me an allowance. I just want this game. I'll go without an allowance for a year. Like, you know, I'm a kid, so I'm thinking I have great negotiation skills. When they're just like, yeah, that's more money for beer. I was like, so he was like, so what's the name of the game? I'm like, well, there's technically two of them. They're called Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like, I'll write them down for you, but I want Fire Red. Yeah. And he's like, all right, but they're the same game? And I was like, yeah. He's like, but why are there two then? I'm like, well, there's little differences, but I don't want both of them. I just want one of them. And that's fine for me. And he's like, all right, well, you said you wanted the red one? I was like, yes. He came home with Leaf Green. And I was like, but I said I wanted the Fire Red. And he's like, they had 5 copies of this. They didn't have any Fire Reds. Oh. Go figure, right? Yeah. Because everybody thought the same thing.
No, the first one I got was Leaf Green, but that's because Leaf Green was my favorite. I mean, green was my favorite color. It is my favorite color still.
That's like, fair enough, yeah. But I wanted my boy.
I mean, eventually I got Fire Red as well, because my first Leaf Green got stolen anyway. But Leaf Green was like the first one that I owned myself, because my friend let me borrow his Sapphire, and I beat the entire game, because he bought Sapphire and Ruby. So he played Ruby and I played Sapphire, and then eventually he wanted it back. So I get back to him, and then eventually I got my parents to buy me Leaf Green, and then I brought it to school and somebody stole it from me. Yeah, and then I think
that was a story I told Kyle. I got all my games stolen too, but go on.
I've gotten multiple stuff stolen, but I can't remember the next Pokemon. What was the next one that comes out? It was Diamond and Pearl, right?
Well, technically, Emerald came out after Fire Red.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got
Emerald within a month of it coming out, and it became my favorite Pokemon game of all time.
Yeah, I think I didn't get Emerald until after Diamond and Pearl. I can't remember. But I got both Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I got both Diamond and Pearl on day one. That was a shock, because no one's gonna understand who we're talking about, but let us paint a little description for you. This guy was about 5'2" at the time, built like a linebacker. He had been running track and lifting weights since he was 6.
Brockton?
Brockton.
Oh, yeah.
So, for those of you who clearly don't know Brockton, which is 99.99% of you, this dude was built like a truck. A small truck, but a truck, nonetheless. And he was quiet, and he had that don't fuck with me attitude, like I will kill you if you talk to me, but in reality he was like the sweetest guy. And then we got Diamond and Pearl. The first person I had to go to was Javier. Like, hey, where are you at? And then he showed me his game with all 3 starters because he fucking bought both games and traded them back and forth with himself. And that's all he cared about.
I mean, yeah. That's what I tend to do.
So, you had all them, and I was just like, come on, dude. And then Brockton, out of nowhere, comes up from behind us and sees, like, you're playing the game, whatever. And he's like, oh, you're playing Pokemon? And we're just
It's like the Brockton voice.
right? And we're just like, yeah. And he's like, what level are you? And he's showing all his Pokemon. I think you had like, okay, I did not bring the game to school, and it came out on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So this is back when Nintendo games actually came out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Freaking, I only got 1 badge, and then I was like, I gotta call it quits because I gotta get up in the morning. I'll beat the whole game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I show up, you had 3 badges. And you had beaten one of the badges, you had beaten one of the gyms, like, at school that day during lunch. And that's when Brockton came and asked you about the stuff. He's like, oh, that's neat. I don't have all the starters, but pulls out his DS, flips it open. All he has is Torterra at like level 45, and while we're all still in the mid-20s, he's already got 6 fucking badges, and we're like, wait a minute, whose game is this? He's like, it is mine. And I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, I play Pokemon. And then we show up the next day, you're almost done, I'm almost done, our friend Jagger is almost done. No, our friend Jagger actually beat the game the day it came out because he no-liked it. He didn't even go to sleep. Brockton shows up. His Torterra's like level 70. He's already wiped through the Elite Four.
Yeah.
And this is on a Tuesday. And I'm like, I'm the worst. I thought I was the only one who played this game.
Yeah.
And then, funny enough, that was the year I opened my YouTube channel. Because nobody battled. Like, Brockton beat the game, and I think he just sold it back.
I think so, probably, yeah.
I think after he beat the game, he sold it. He's like, I've been through it, that's it. Like, he's just like that with games in general. You didn't care. You just, like, played through the game and enjoyed it. You didn't care about, like, battling. And no one I knew, like, wanted to battle. So I made my account for the sole purpose of making a friend code exchange video so people could see my video, add my code, and then I could add theirs back. And if we saw each other online, we could challenge each other.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I even made my account.
This is the first time they even did online stuff.
Like, 8 years later, we're not playing Pokemon yet, but we're playing Paper Mario. Jeez, coming a long way.
One more time. If I can get all stars. Nope.
That was something me and Kyle were talking about during Banjo-Kazooie, is like, we've done so much similar stuff to this in the past that it's almost like this was meant to be. Because we've all done this with each other like years ago, but it just wasn't documented. We're literally just talking to each other like we happen to have an audience.
I suppose. For the most part, anyway.
But for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing a lot of stuff with you for your old channel as well. Like, I remember doing Galaxy.
Oh, wait, Galaxy?
Yeah, I did like.
Oh, no, that's not what that was.
You sure?
No, yeah, because that was when we were preparing to do a marathon. We were on.
The Pokemon marathon?
No, we were gonna do a Mario marathon, and I wanted to live stream. We were on Ustream at the time.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I remember.
I remember it was like outside. It wasn't even in your room. It was like over there in the.
It was in the office area. Yeah. We were on my mom's computer. We had webcams pointing at like a small monitor. Well, it was like a little box TV.
Yeah.
We had that balanced on like the desk. We were sitting in chairs, and we just had another chair with the clamp for the webcam on. And you had played Galaxy 2. And we were like 4 or 5 stars in, and like coincidentally you just had to go. But I had never played the game before.
Yeah.
And I was just getting into streaming and all, and you were over there anyway. So I was like, hey, why don't we just stream this? And I had to explain to you what exactly was going on, but we ended up doing that. The first time you did anything on my channel was Mario Party 9.
You sure? I don't believe that.
No, it was Mario Party 9.
No, I'm talking about like the old channel.
Well, yeah, that was the old channel.
937?
Yep. Because
I'm pretty sure I did something else before Mario Party 9.
Well,
like I'm almost certain of it. I just can't remember exactly what it was.
It was the whole Ustream thing, but
What about when we did the Pokemon stream? Was that after Mario Party? I think that was before.
So well,
that all day stream.
Yeah, those were all streams, but those were on like Ustream.
Oh, so it wasn't
like that's back when I had what was called the gaming zone.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's what you were a part of. But as far as YouTube, you were
I swear there's something else I was.
No, the first thing anyone was on my channel was you guys with Mario Party 9, because that was 2012. And that's when I first got partnered with Machinima, and I was actually making money.
Yeah.
And I guess this is a conversation we can save for next time on Goof Group. So just hang tight, and you'll get this little detail and fun fact tomorrow.
Yep.
Our first encounters with the YouTube shit together. All right, bye guys.
Bye.